Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hina Ijaz. Welcome to Pakistan. Pak China Dosti. इसी बात पर मैं आज का शो आगे बढ़ाऊंगी because we have a guest today who is from China. And when I say Pak China Dosti, of course आप समझ ही गए थे कि आज के मेरे मेहमान जो हैं वो चाइना से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं. On the other hand, I have a fitness expert with me, and her profile is just not limited to this title. She is in fact a Guinness record holder because she has a record set for 18,983 punches. Wow. And if you look at her, you'd be like, oh, it's unbelievable, because it seems impossible when you look at her that this happened 18,983 punches. So do not ever mess up with her, remember. Now, let me introduce to you our Chinese guest. As you know, in this show, we have one foreigner and one Pakistani, and this fun interactive discussion allows our foreign guests and as well as our audience to find out more and more about Pakistan and where the guest hails from, more about that country. China, of course, as we know, we call China our brother, our friend, our long-term friend. So Chen here has been living here for the past 6 years. He loves living in Lahore. He's been able to make a lot of friends. He works for a China state holding company here. I was having this off-air discussion and he's like, yes, he likes living here. Now let's find out more. Hi Chen, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, how are you?
And Assalamu alaikum and hi, Sulafay Naqvi. Now my Pakistani guest here does not even share an easy name here too today. Well, Chen's second name is quite complicated for me at least.
Yeah.
So you're Chen Ruiwu.
Yes.
Yes,
right.
I did that. I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
Sulafay Naqvi. So I'm pronouncing your name correctly as well.
Of course.
Well, thank you both for joining us. 6 years in Pakistan. You work for a China state holding company based in Lahore. What does it exactly do?
So we are actually building power plant here, like a thermal power plant, like coal-fired, hydropower. So actually we are bringing lights to your country.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for having
You're bringing light to our lives.
Yes.
So how has it been? I mean, the past 6 years.
Yes. So I came here in 2015. So actually before I come here, all we know about Pakistan in China is through our media. So it's different when you come here. Things are totally different. Before I come here, I never know what it looks like. I even bring my own bed sheet, you know, my slippers,
really?
my shampoo. So, but after I come here, everything is available here. So actually now I realize like Pakistan is actually more open than what people perceived from the TV. So actually the place which you never been to, it's different. After you come here, after you live here for 6 years, everything starts to get so familiar and so lovely. You know, the people you meet and the people are so happily living here. They are so satisfied with their lives and they are living such a happy life. I'm not talking about like how much money they make, but from inner side, I really like their attitude about their lives.
It's so good to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, like I said at the beginning of the show, that Pakistan and China are long-term friends,
Yes.
brothers. We've always been there for each other. But now we've solidified that friendship in the form of CPEC.
Yes.
Have you seen how the Chinese are welcomed here?
Yes, I do. You know, whenever I come here, I sometimes go to the northern area of Pakistan.
Do?
Yeah, like Peshawar. I recently visit Dasu, is somewhere in KPK. So
Yes.
the people are quite friendly over there, especially to Chinese. Whenever I get off the car, because we always come with the security, is someone who hold the gun.
Yes.
So sometimes I also like to visit like Lahore Fort. It's so beautiful. So whenever I go there, people hold me like I'm a Bollywood star. So they want to take
That's
selfie
so
with me.
sweet.
Yeah, whenever they do this, I feel like, okay, the people here, they really love Chinese. So
Yes.
for this type of feeling, you can never, receive in any other countries. I've been to so many, but no one will come Chinese like what Pakistani do.
You know, a fun fact, Lahore especially has so many Chinese homegrown businesses.
Yes.
There's so many restaurants. So people like Chen, who are from China, are working here, have been here for many years. Chen has been here for 6 years. So if they ever miss, you know, home-cooked Chinese, real authentic Chinese food. So a lot of Chinese people residing in Lahore,
Yeah.
they have these home-run businesses and it's authentic Chinese cuisine.
Right.
So you do not miss your food, right?
Yes, and I also have a Chinese chef here, so he.
You do?
Yes.
Wow. You have quite a
So we
lifestyle.
always
I
have
like
Chinese.
that.
But I love Pakistani food too. I love korma, karahi.
No way.
I do. I love.
I
keema.
thought it would be difficult for you to adjust to our taste buds.
No, I love Pakistan. They are so good at making different flavors.
Uh-huh.
I think you are so good at cooking meats. There are so many different spices. You put them inside and it came out so good.
So, can you cook?
I can cook a little bit, but not Pakistani food.
So, what do you make in Chinese food?
So, China, we eat noodles, dumplings,
Yes.
stir-fried vegetables, something like that, and hot pot, which is getting really popular all over Pakistan now.
Yes.
And different type of food. Chinese are very good at eating. I'm sure people
It
know
doesn't
that.
look like it. I mean, you've kept yourself
Yeah,
well.
thank you for that. But sometimes I go to gym. I like to go gym with my Pakistani friends.
Okay.
So people.
So, what's
here,
your activity here? So, you're working, obviously, I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
high pressure job.
Yeah.
Because it's an engineering job.
Yes.
So, you're an engineer by education as well?
Yes, by education as well.
Right.
Yeah, so beside that, I actually graduated from some top university in China, technical one. But after living here for 4 years, in 2019, so I decided to go to LAMS for my EMBA. So now I'm still
Here in Lahore?
Yes, in Lahore in LAMS.
Wow.
So I will hopefully graduate next year by April. So inshallah,
Excellent.
that's what you say.
So you're living the life, huh?
Yeah.
You're living the student life. You're having fun there.
Yes.
Then you're already an engineer. You graduated from a top university in China.
Yes.
We'd like to find out more about China as for people who may be interested in visiting China as a tourist. Chen here is going to educate us on that. But before that, I'd like you to go and take a look at this report we've prepared on China. Please, let's see it. You just saw the report prepared on China, beautiful China. China is huge,
Yeah, it is.
right? And a lot of, apart from tourists, I mean the Chinese population by itself, it's so large. So coming to Pakistan, it's a very different culture again. The Chinese culture and the Pakistani culture differ a lot. What differences have you observed on a personal scale?
You mean Pakistani and Chinese? I think the most different thing is about, how they perceive what life means to them. Here people, of course, are Muslim countries, so actually in China, very few people have religion. I'm Communist Party, so in China, we, actually not about China, all the East Asian, when I talk about East Asia, it's China, Japan, and Korea. So people work so hard, they work every day.
That's
In
true.
China, we have 996, which means you work from 9 in the morning until 9 in the evening and 6 days a week. So 996 is very famous word in China now. So we work so hard just to fight, to earn money, to live a better life. But when you work actually so hard, you forgot how to live. But people here, they are so relaxed. I just don't know why Pakistanis are so relaxed. To some degree, some people say, okay.
I was trying to control my laughter, but I couldn't anymore.
Sometimes some people, criticize them, they are not working so hard. But from another aspect, why you work so hard, like 996? A cup of tea for Pakistan, you call it chai. So people, a cup of tea, I visit some village side. So whenever they have a cup of tea, their life is lightened up. So I just like their feelings and how cool they are dealing with their lives. That's what I think the most different. It's so nice to
hear that because, when we're living that life here, we don't realize that, how we're enjoying life, our lives.
Yes.
So you as an outsider have had this observation. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, chai is such a treat. Huh?
Yeah, I love Pakistan tea as well.
So you've noticed that in terms of work ethic and in terms of how Pakistanis also know how to live their lives well.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
So the Chinese are always working.
Working.
No wonder we see a lot of Chinese products in the market. And how do you feel when you see everything made in China, made in China, made in China?
Yeah, it's not only about here. So I just come back from America 2 months ago. It's same in America. Everything is made in China. So from this aspect, I think China is an export country, but Pakistan is an import country.
Absolutely.
So it's totally different thing. But I think for now, Pakistan should focus more on their domestic industrial. That's what the new government trying to do.
Exactly.
Make the country from import to export. That will solve the GDP, the rupees going down, how to make people pocket get bigger. So that's what people should do. But now, start up an industrial is very hard. So it's even more cheaper to import from China than make it here directly. So, but it's a very complex thing. So the government is trying to do. So let's hope for the best.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we talked about food, we talked about the fact that how you feel Pakistanis are different from the Chinese. Now, if a Pakistani was to go and visit China as a tourist, obviously the Great Wall of China and blah, blah, blah. Apart from that, what other different activities would you suggest to them?
Yeah, I actually took one of my friends to China in 2018. So beside the Asian part of China, which like 5,000 years history, I like to show them more about the modern part of China. Like you to go to Shanghai, Chengdu, Beijing, Guangzhou, Hong Kong, all these big cities. I want to show them how China achieved such a big success in 40 years.
There's
to
so
become.
much to learn. I mean, I really want to visit China.
Yeah.
For this reason, I want to understand the success model. Obviously, from what we read in books, what we hear on TV, what we read in the newspapers,
Right.
experiencing it on a personal level will be an entirely different game. Well, Chen will come back to that. I've been asked to take a short break, and it always happens when I'm having this interesting conversation and I'm asked to go towards a break. But I'd like to continue, and we'd obviously come to Sulafay here after a very short break. See you. Welcome back. We have Chen with us and Sulafay with us. Chen is from China, Sulafay is from Pakistan. She set a world record in the highest number of punches. Wow. And Chen here works for a China state holding company, has been living in Pakistan for the past 6 years. So, Chen, you were talking about the fact that, there are a lot of historical places to visit in China. I've heard of this place called Guangzhou.
Yes.
Am I right? The furniture market.
Yes.
A lot of Pakistanis go there and fill up containers and bring it back to Pakistan. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so Guangzhou now is the word factory. Actually, everything you use, the pen, the phone cases, the shoes, everything is made in that city. It used to be a small fishing village. Like 40 years ago, maybe just like Quetta. But,
really, just 40 years ago? That's not very long ago.
Yeah, that's how they make this
for the Industrial Revolution to take place there.
It is. So within 40 years, it's, at that time, China is like North Korea at that time. We are very closed. But then we decided to open up because it's a port city and close to Hong Kong. At that time, Hong Kong belonged to British. Then we take them back in 1997. So after that, all type of industrials start to jam in the city, build up the factories, and top 500 companies all have the branch office in that city. So suddenly all my Pakistani friends, when I come here, they ask me, can you get me visa? I want to go to Guangzhou. Then I know there's a Canton fire, which is the world's largest fire. So let's say it's just like the Sadar market in Pakistan for the whole world. So you can get whatever you want over there. And it's also a very modern city as well.
Well, there's a very good book written on China, China's success. It's called Enter the Dragon by Ali Mahmood. I wish I was carrying a copy of it just now as I speak. But since I've given the name out, I'd like you to go out and get a book. Get this book and go over it. There's so much to learn. Because I would also, you are from China, but I would definitely ask you to get your hands onto that book, a copy of that book. Go to your nearest store, fetch a copy, because it's best to learn from success stories. Isn't that right? And there might be some facts that the way they've been put together in this book, it's like an eye-opener. So I'm not going to give you more details, so just get your hands on a copy of this book. It's available at most of the places. So coming back to that, China's entire industrial revolution has made China a leader economically. How proud do you feel when you visit a country and you're told that you are an economic leader?
Yeah, actually I have that feeling, I was born in 1991. At that time, China economy is not like now. So I'm from, okay background family, like not that high middle class, but it's fine. I still didn't own my first Nike shoes until I was 20.
Really?
Yes, at that time, China is quite poor, I don't know. But step by step, when you see your country improving from this to this, from a poor third world country to now the world's second largest economy after America. Yeah. So actually it's feeling good.
This is a real success story.
Yeah, 1 hour currency, it used to be $1 is 10 RMB, now it's 6 RMB, 6.4. So our money is getting more and more valuable. So whenever I go abroad, I start to feel things is getting cheaper. That's a good part.
Well, that's how the rich think.
Yeah. So it's also about the currency. It's not about how much you make, when your currencies go stronger. So whenever you go abroad, and one other good thing is that everything's made in China. So whenever I go abroad now, I stop buying things because I think I can get cheaper 11/11, the single day.
Right.
Alibaba, Taobao. So whenever I go abroad, I stop buying these small things because it's all available in my country.
Right. So what about the one-child policy now?
No, the one-child policy. When I was born, this one-child policy, but
you have no siblings.
But I'm the lucky one. I have a twin brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm the lucky one. All my friends.
Excellent.
Yeah, all my friends, my colleagues, they only have one kid. But now China allows 3 child.
Yes, I heard. So therefore I asked.
It's 3-child policy because we realize, there's less and less younger people, but the older people is getting older. So it's becoming, this type of shape. So younger people have to work even harder. That's what I say, 996, to support such a large number of older people. But in Pakistan, it's totally different. We actually studying that from an American, professor. Pakistan is a living, very healthy population shape. It's like a pyramid. So the younger people is here and the older people is here.
Yes.
There's so many young, healthy laborers. So the good thing is like how you educate them to give them good education to make them worthy.
The remittance numbers speak of it. So many young workers from Pakistan go to other countries, and the money they're remitting back to Pakistan really helps fuel up and pump up our economy. Yeah. So the Chinese, the way they live, the ancient times obviously were different. 40 years ago it was different. Today it's totally different because lifestyles, the standard of living has improved vastly.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
Actually, my brother moved to Canada like 3 years ago from China. So at that time he said, okay, I'm going abroad to Canada. Everyone knows it's a developed country. So he moved there for studying, but after studying there for 2 years, he's thinking about to move back to China because there are so many new things happening in China every day. Every half year when I go back to China, I don't remember the street because there's suddenly so many skyscrapers, tall buildings. So I cannot find the old street where to my house. I have to open the map. So that's the exciting things happened in China. There's so many new things happen every day. So many food varieties, so many product varieties. So from the other aspect, I think it's good, but it's also moving too fast. Sometimes you don't stop to think what you really need. So nowadays, I saw the news, China will never stop building so many skyscrapers anymore. Because now China's moving so fast in the past 40 years, they are stopping thinking about what we actually need.
Really?
Yes, it's a
Good.
recent news.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the Pakistani approach.
Yeah.
Well, coming towards Sulafay, so tell me about your punching game. How did it start? Well, you are a mind sciences expert as well, I believe. You've studied mind sciences. How much of that has helped you in these 18,000 something punches, the record that you've set?
मैं बिलीव करती हूँ, if you can see it, you can be it. आप क्रिएटिव विजुलाइज जो कर सकते हो वो आप बन सकते हो, जो भी थॉट्स बिकम थिंग्स. तो मेरे साथ इसी तरह था. जब मैं 13 साल की थी तो मैं मेडिटेट करती थी और वो
You were 13?
Yes, 13
When you
साल
were
से.
meditating?
मेरे इर्द गिर्द के लोगों को सबको पता है कि वो एक अलग सा बच्चा नहीं होता है जो अपनी दुनिया में रहता है. मैं बिल्कुल वैसे थी. अब मैं थोड़ी सी एक्सट्रोवर्ट हूँ कि मैं ज़्यादा बातें करती हूँ. तब ये था कि वो मन की दुनिया के अंदर रहने वाला. उसके बाद आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अपनी जर्नी को मैं देखती गई कि मुझे कहाँ जाना है और डिफरेंट चीज़ों में गई. माइंड साइंसेज है, उसके अंदर मैंने हिप्नोसिस किया, उसमें NLP की, EFT की, रेकी हीलिंग की. मैं रेकी मास्टर भी हूँ. मैंने टेरो कार्ड रीडिंग भी सीखी. वो करते करते उसके अंदर मुझे हुआ कि सेल्फ डिफेंस सीखना चाहिए बिकॉज हालात इस तरह के. तो चले आप सेल्फ डिफेंस सीख लें. वैसे भी आपको
लोगों को पीटा आपने आज तक?
बहुत, मतलब आज तक मैंने काउंट नहीं किया क्योंकि मुझे ये भी होता है कि इससे आगे भी अभी ये बढ़ता जाएगा. तो उसको आप
खबरदार रहिए जहाँ पे सुलाफे नजर आए.
बिकॉज होता ही है पेरेंट्स से लोग धोखा खा जाते हैं.
important females should, if you want to and if you can and if you get the opportunity, do learn the art of self defense. ज़रूर सीखें. अपने आप को अगर आप सीखना चाहते हैं, अगर आप कोशिश करें, उसमें कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं है. क्यों नहीं सीख सकते? बल्कि मैं यहाँ पे इनकरेज करूँगी अपनी बेटियों को, अपनी बहनों को, सबको समझाएं. स्पेशली अपनी बेटियों को ज़रूर ट्रेन करें सेल्फ डिफेंस में.
असल में आप इसमें मेंटली बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग हो जाते हो. आपके माइंड का ज़्यादा काम करना ज़रूरी है तो आपकी फ़िज़िकल हेल्थ बनती है. सो मेरा इन चीज़ों में ही यकीन था. और मैं जब सेल्फ डिफेंस में आई तो साथ ही मैंने फ़ाइट करना सीख लिया. मैं जब फाइटर बनी तो उसमें एक जो कोच थे उन्होंने मुझे आइडिया दिया तुम वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बना लो. मैंने कहा मुझसे मजाक कर रहे हैं. ये बस एक तुम ऐसा करो, अटेम्प्ट कर लो. अच्छा मैंने अटेम्प्ट की ना तो वो फर्स्ट टाइम में 15 मिनट्स के अंदर 5000 से ऊपर मैंने क्रॉस कर लिया. तो उन्होंने कहा अब ये मजाक कर रही है हमारे साथ. तो ऐसा करते हैं 2 मंथ्स के बाद, जो कि बहुत कम था, 2 मंथ्स के बाद तुम्हारी अटेम्प्ट रखते हैं हम, ये करेंगे और तुम ये अचीव कर लोगी. अब पता नहीं, देखते हैं. अब मैं उसको इतनी प्रैक्टिस नहीं की है, सबको पता, इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं. मैं अपनी नॉर्मल जो प्रैक्टिस करती रहती थी, फिटनेस की, ये सब कुछ. अब दिमाग में था, मेरे जो टीचर है माइंड साइंसेज के, उन्होंने मुझे कहा था क्रिएटिव विजुलाइज करना कि तुम कर सकती हो, वो हो जाएगा. मुझे जब 15 मिनट्स गुजरे ना तो इर्द गिर्द के जो लोग थे, स्पेशली जो ज़रा लड़के थे, वो कह रहे थे कि ये लड़की गिर जाएगी ना. तो मैंने कहा नहीं, 15 मिनट्स के अंदर नहीं. एक्चुअली ना वो पेरेंट्स को देख के उनको लग रहा था.
ये बात गलत है. पेरेंट्स देख के नहीं जज करना चाहिए. लड़की है जी, कमजोर है. कोई कमजोर नहीं है, काफी फिट है और उन्होंने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड सेट कर दिया. सो डू नॉट टेक इट लाइटली, टेक हर लाइटली रादर.
बिकॉज मैं इसमें यही कहती थी. मैं आज तक जब एक बात ये सबको बताती हूँ सब हंसते हैं. मैं कहती थी 15 है, 15 मिनट्स 3 और करने हैं. मतलब उसको मैं इस तरह देखती थी कि 3 दफ़ा और मुझे 15 पूरा करना है. दैट्स इट. वो 1 आवर पूरा हुआ, मेरी नी स्टक थी. उसके बाद मुझे पता चला मैं कुछ ज़्यादा फोकस्ड थी. मेरे नकल्स उस टाइम पे ज़ख्मी हो चुके हुए थे और मैंने उससे थोड़ी देर पहले ही कहीं पर किक मारी थी. मैं नेल निकल चुका हुआ था, टो नेल जो था, बिग टो. तो मैं उस टाइम पे ज़ख्मी भी थी वैसे भी. अब वो आप बिल्कुल स्टक होते हो और मैंने अपनी सिस्टर से बोला उसके अंदर कि अब मुझे पकड़ लो बिकॉज मैं पीछे को गिरने वाली हूँ. लेकिन हो गया. जब उन्होंने काउंट पे कहा ना कि ये इतना लग रहा है, आगे अब हम क्लेम करते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है. वो जब अप्रूव हुआ, सबसे पहले ये अप्रूव हुआ इंडिया से, उसके बाद अप्रूव हुआ लंदन से, उसके बाद अप्रूव हुआ USA से, और उसके बाद एंड पर फिर गिनीज ने इसको 18,983 पंचेस पे अप्रूव कर दिया, जो कि मेरे लिए बड़ी बात है. फिर पाकिस्तान बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स ने मुझे फ़ख्र पंजाब का टाइटल दिया. क्योंकि उधर असल में बहुत सारे और भी लोग मौजूद थे जो मुझसे ज़्यादा डिजर्व करते थे. मैंने खुद देखा, मैंने कहा यार कुछ इनको दे दो बिकॉज वो बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल रिकॉर्ड्स बना कर आए हुए थे. तो फ़ख्र पाकिस्तान उनका था, सो फ़ख्र पंजाब उन्होंने मुझे दिया. उस टाइम पर आप फील बहुत अच्छा करते हो इस चीज़ को, इसलिए कि मैं अगर एक मैसेज यहाँ पर देना चाहती हूँ, सेल्फ डिफेंस ज़रूरी नहीं होता कि आपके हालात ख़राब हैं तो आप सीख रहे हो। आपके पास कुछ चीज़ें इसलिए एहतियातन भी होनी चाहिए। जब आप फाइट करते हैं या अपने माइंड को ट्रेन करते हैं तो अपनी लाइफ में चीज़ों को आसानी से आप अचीव कर सकते हो। बहुत सारे ऐसे फियर्स हैं जिनमें हम नॉर्मल रह रहे होते हैं, नॉर्मल लोग रह रहे होते हैं, मुझे वो नहीं है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, बिकॉज मुझे पता है कि कहीं ना कहीं खुदा न खास्ता अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है मैं अपने आप को डिफेंड कर सकती हूँ, मेरे साथ जो हैं उनको मैं डिफेंड कर सकती हूँ। दूसरा, मेंटली आप स्ट्रांग होते हो। मैं बार बार इसीलिए इस चीज़ पर जोर देती हूँ, लाइफ में जितनी भी चीज़ें मैं अचीव कर रही हूँ और करना चाहती हूँ, इफ़ आई कैन सी इट आई कैन बी इट। मैं सिर्फ यही कहती हूँ, थॉट्स बिकम थिंग्स। अगर आप सोच सकते हो, क्रिएटिव विजुअलाइजेशन इसी को कहते हैं कि कोई चीज़ आप बना रहे हो पहले कि ये हो रही है और उसके बाद वो हो जाती है। दूसरा, इसके अंदर ये होता है कि एफर्ट तो होती है, कंसिस्टेंसी होती है। अगर कोई कहे कि ये कैसे था तो ये कंसिस्टेंसी थी। ऐसा नहीं था कि एक दिन मैंने सोचा नहीं होगा, मैंने शुरू से एक दफ़ा इरादा किया ना, मैंने कहा अब ये हो जाएगा, अब करना है। तो मुझे लोगों ने कहा ना कि पाकिस्तान का नाम रोशन करने लगी हो, सीरियसली मैंने शुरू में इस पर्सपेक्टिव से इस चीज़ को नहीं देखा हुआ था। उसके बाद आपके अंदर एक ऐसी चीज़ आप फील करते हो ना कि पाकिस्तान का नाम रोशन करने लगी और लड़की है। उस टाइम पर मैं इंड्योरेंस में पहली पाकिस्तानी फीमेल थी जिसने 2018 में इसको अचीव किया था।
What I'm proud of, the fact that I'm proud of is that she's a Pakistani and she's made us proud. और वही बात कि उन्होंने सोचा और जो सोचा वो करके दिखाया। अगर ऐसी ही सोच सब रख लें तो हम कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे। इसी नोट पे मैं एक ब्रेक की तरफ जाऊंगी। जब वापस आएंगे दोबारा चैन से भी बात होगी, सुलाफे से भी बात होगी, बहुत सारी और बातें करनी है, मगर एक वक्फे का वक्त हुआ है। I'm particularly enjoying this show because I have a guest here from China who's been living in Pakistan for the past 6 years. He finds Pakistan to be a very interesting society because of the fact we work hard and then we also know how to enjoy our lives. It was so nice to hear that. Sulafay here is a world Guinness record holder. She's done the maximum number of punches, that is 18,983 punches. She's a mind sciences expert. She's also a fitness expert on TV. She does yoga and whatnot. What an achiever, and she makes us proud. So Chen was also giving us some advice on what to, and where, what to do in China, where to visit, which places to visit in China. It was quite informative because I'm personally interested in visiting China and learning about the success story, the economic success story. And let's not forget the skyscrapers because they're really modern, and you know, all those new things that you have going on there, the latest technology and things like that.
Correct.
What fun.
Yeah.
So, have you learned any Urdu, by the way, in these past 6 years?
I know how to say chalo means let's go.
Chalo.
Yeah, means let's go, right?
Yes.
And inshallah means hopefully. And shukriya means thank you. And assalamu alaikum means how are you, like how you're greeting with each other. And the others are abused words. You know, most people learn when they go to a new country. Yeah.
So you learned all of that.
Yes.
So can you teach us a few Chinese words?
Okay, so
How would you say hello, the greeting? I mean.
hello is ni hao. So ni hao.
Ni hao.
Yes.
That's
how
not
you say,
difficult. Ni hao.
Ni hao, and say 谢谢 means thank you. 谢谢
Xie xie.
means thank you.
Ni hao, xie xie.
Yeah.
Xie xie for being on the show.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So you have, and you know chai.
Yes. Chai.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's my
Do you
favorite.
know what you call khana?
Kana means food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
Not bad. You know your way.
Yeah.
What do you do you know what kal means?
Cow?
Kal.
No. I
Kal
don't.
hoga kam. Kal means tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Kal.
Cow. Cow. It's not easy to pronounce.
Can you say Assalamu alaikum?
Assalamu alaikum, I know that.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
you say Walaikum salam by
Walaikum salam.
Yes, by
Yes.
returning. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Not bad, Chen.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Excellent. So, do you have a good network of Chinese friends here? I mean, a community.
Yeah, we do.
You do.
Yes, we do. You know, like Chinese, we love eating, so we get together every weekend for food, and we sometimes do karaoke, you know, the singing thing, which is really popular in China. Yeah, most of them. Then we go both football, some sports, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do. So I mean that keeps you busy. So how much do you visit China?
Before COVID, I used to go back every year, every 10 months. But now, you know, due to COVID, there's a very strict quarantine policy in China. So I didn't
How
go
many
back.
days? 15 days?
No, it depends on which city. For example, let's say.
Oh, it differs from city
Yeah,
to
for
city.
example, this city have maybe, let's say, 5 new cases. So the quarantine policy may be increased from 7 days, 14 days to 21 days, 35 days. And when China talk about quarantine, it's not quarantine at your own place. We have a quarantine center, which is a hotel. So you have to stay in the room.
You have to.
You have
By
to,
law.
By law. Otherwise,
Okay, so COVID, I believe it has finished in China to an extent.
yes.
But there are new cases that emerge there and then.
Yes. But China is very nervous and strict about this. You know, let's say Pakistan and America, they're actually okay with this. So when things happen, just quarantine
With the
yourself.
mask situation, has it improved? I mean, do you have to really wear a mask in public?
No.
Not
China is
anymore.
huge. You know, when some cities have new cases, it's wholly locked down. So the people have to go to PCR. You know, like in my city recently, find I think 2 or 3 new cases, and we have 10 million population in my city, and we do 6 round PCR tests for 10 million in 1 week.
Wow.
So 6 round every day. 10 million people wait in the queue for PCR. That's how we pass, you know, check how is COVID is spread.
And what about tourism at the moment?
Tourism for foreigner is very hard.
Right now?
But for domestic, everything is open. Yeah.
Yeah, but people from other countries, for them to visit China,
Yeah.
I mean, China is not very keen on that right now.
No, yeah, but you have to quarantine. If you are willing to quarantine yourself in the hotel for, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Oh,
then you can
dependent
go
on the
China.
city.
Yeah, depend on yourself, because when you quarantine, you have to pay for your hotel as well. So if you want to carry, you know, cover that by yourself, you can.
Right, so I
Yeah.
think I'll wait it out. I'll wait it out. So you have been to up north area, you know, you've been to the mountains in Pakistan. Where all have you been?
I've been to Natia Gali, I've been to Marie, and recently we plan to go to Hongza, which is really popular. I saw it on the. Yeah, we are planning to do that. But my friends told me it's very cold now.
Yes, the
Yeah.
weather's changing. As you
Yeah.
see, it's getting slightly nippy in
But I'm from a
Lahore.
very cold place. My city is called Harbin.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, where in China were you born?
I'm
As if I
from-
would know, but still.
From northern, you know, Harbin is close to Russian. We share the
That
border.
must be cold.
Yeah, so in winter it's minus 30, 35.
Wow.
So when my friends tell me Hongza is cold, I said it can't be colder than my city.
Do go. Trust me, you can bear that.
That's what I'm thinking about, yes.
Right, so you must. So, Sulafay, what would you recommend to Chen here? That where, I mean, Hunza, fine, he's going to go to Hunza. What other places should he be visiting in Pakistan?
I think my sister is a traveler, so according to her, I think Sawat and Kashmir as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Especially
Kashmir.
Pir Chanasi.
I have a friend from Kashmir. I really want to go there. I saw
Kashmir.
them so many
Well,
pictures.
you could. Then that your friend could be a perfect travel guide.
Yeah, actually I should. And Swat, I think there's a lake, very beautiful lake
Yes.
over there.
Oh, you're talking about Atabad Lake.
Yes, I saw it in the picture. So beautiful. The water
It's
is
gorgeous,
so
and
clean.
there's a
And
boat that
turquoise.
runs on it.
Yeah.
So there's a
gonna
lot of
meditate.
water sports there.
Yes, I love water. Everywhere with water, because I go to Natia Gali so many times, and my friend said, "Let's go Natia Gali." I said, "It's so many times. I want
Your
somewhere."
Pakistani friends?
Yeah, I said I want somewhere with big lakes so we can
You
swim
have
in.
to go to Hunza. You
Yeah,
have
I
to go.
really, I definitely.
So,
want it.
talking about tourist activity, have you been to Karachi and have
Yeah,
you been
Karachi.
to Gwadar?
Before COVID, I go there every month.
What about Gwadar?
Gwadar, not yet. I
You
heard there are
must go
some
there.
restrictions for foreigners.
Blue water there, so much to do there. Great 5-star hotel.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So that's a place to visit for sure. And if you like water, the beach, that's the place.
Yes.
Have you been to Gwadar?
No, I didn't.
Well, you must.
Unfortunately. Inshallah.
You must.
Inshallah.
So I'm from Karachi and I'm an advocate of Karachi for this reason, but I'm not being biased. It's a
Okay,
place
yes.
to visit. You've been to Karachi, what differences do you feel there are between Karachi and Lahore?
Okay, that's a good question. So actually, I feel like people call them Punjabi and Sindhi. You know, they have
Yes.
they are, you know, like it's type of like India and Pakistan. They are, you know, they start to find, you know.
Check out the observation, it may be true.
When I go to Karachi, it's a metropolitan big city. You know,
Yes.
I love the vibe there. You know, people are so cool.
Buzzing all the
yeah,
time.
it's so cool. You know, the beach city. You know, they
Oh my
see
God,
so many
your
things.
Lahori friends will hear this and they'll not be very happy. Well, go ahead.
But Lahore people, they have their own, you know.
Well, Lahore
special
has its
things.
own vibe, Karachi has its own buzz,
Yes.
feel to it. So nobody needs to get offended, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I mean, I love the both city. I've been to living in Lahore, and now I love to. Whenever I visit Karachi, so I feel so different. It's totally different vibes. I love the food there.
food is
It's
amazing.
spicy.
Did you try biryani?
I love biryani too.
Yes, I was going to ask. Do you love biryani?
I love biryani.
You do?
But Karachi की वाकई में अच्छी होती है.
Karachi biryani is better.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to say that.
कोई
Your
लड़ाई नहीं.
Lahori friends will
कोई
hate you.
लड़ाई नहीं.
So, Lahori food lovers, I mean. I think biryani, if you talk about biryani, Karachi knows how to make biryani,
Yes.
period.
Of course.
Their biryani is so good, and my friends, they used to bring me that canned Karachi biryani. I forgot the name.
Really? Is
It's in
there
a-
one?
It's in a can, and you
I'm going to get
you
that.
just get a microwave them and taste same.
Wow.
Yeah.
And does it have potato in it?
Yes.
Good.
Aloo, right?
That, yes. Then it's a real biryani.
Yeah. It's really
Well, we're
good.
going to take a look at a few images, and as usual, that's our tradition in the show where we show images of the country where our guest is from. So today, the guest is from China, so we're going to see images of China and Pakistan. And look, Chen and Sulafay, how similar do these two look, right?
Yes.
It
I
is
never
similar.
thought looked so different, and
Same.
yeah, it's not like
I mean, the
what
times
I
when you can't
expected.
tell which
Wow.
one's what.
Yeah, I cannot even tell which one is which.
So China is huge, huh? Imagine the images where we've extracted from
right,
it.
correct.
Must be a tough job by the team. So done by the team and achieved it. So thank you, team. So coming back to Chen and Sulafay, so these are the places to visit in Pakistan. However, let me tell you, Chen, there's so many other cities like Multan, Bahawalpur. They have some really nice palaces. You must go and see those too.
I should,
Really
yes.
nice tourist areas.
Yes.
I think they haven't reached their full potential because normally somebody who comes from anywhere else, who's a traveler, a tourist in Pakistan, you know, they either land in Karachi, Lahore or Islamabad and
Yeah.
they directly hit the mountains. Great idea, do that. That's a hidden jewel, as I call it. However, there are places where there's so much history.
Yes, I love cultural things.
So
Yeah.
you must visit those places.
Yes, I should.
Right. So your activities involve going to the gym, you're working, you have friends. And what else do you do here?
Study for sure. That's what I'm doing, and
Oh,
it's actually
student
taking a
life.
lot of my free time because it's lunch. Is that the class are very difficult, and it's all English for a non-English speaking country like me. It's actually quite hard. So besides that, I love
Was
to.
your English, I mean, always very clear, just the way you speak?
No. Actually, my English improved after I come to Pakistan.
Right.
It improved
It was
a
a
lot.
need.
Yes, because you are English-speaking countries, and
Yes.
whenever I talk with my friends, I start to learn new words, and of course.
But you had an idea. I mean, you had some basic English skills.
Yes. Because it's a must to study that in China
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Sulafay, would you ever like to learn Mandarin?
Of course. Actually मुझे बहुत
You
शौक
know,
है.
that some schools they're actually teaching Mandarin.
Yeah,
in
it's not only
Pakistan.
Pakistan, America, a lot of school teaching.
Actually मुझे शौक है different languages सीखने का. Turkish. मेरी family खुद Persian है.
Yeah,
So
you
my
have
ancestors were
Persian blood.
Persian.
No wonder your name's Persian.
And I can speak in Persian a bit, just like Nimi donestam means I don't know.
Wow, I'm learning so
Yeah,
much
seriously.
today.
Manam Sulafay, यानी मेरा नाम सुलाफे है. So it's something like that.
Okay.
A bit. Yeah, not so much, but थोड़ा बहुत आता है. So मुझे languages सीखने का मतलब ये होता है आप उतने intelligent हो, आप जितना सीख सकते हो.
बिल्कुल.
मैं थोड़ा बहुत जब dramas भी different countries के देखे तो थोड़ा बहुत सीख लिया. जैसा कि अगर टर्की में भी आप देखें तो उसमें आप कहते हो हाँ को एविथ, वाई, नेदान, तो वो चीज़ें थोड़ी बहुत सीख ली. चाइनीज ये बोल रहे थे तो हम तो वो जैकी चैन एंड मार्शल आर्ट्स और हम सबको तो वैसे भी
Mandarin is actually very difficult to learn. It's like,
It is.
You can learn how to speak it easily, but when it comes to writing, it's so difficult.
It
Like,
is?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very difficult.
Well, I'd like to thank you both. It's been such a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Time just flew by. I
Yeah.
couldn't really, tell, that, I just thought we'd started this show. So, but thank you, Chen.
Thank you for having us.
Sulafay,
My pleasure. I'm really
coming
honored.
in. So much that I learned about China furthermore today.
Yeah.
And I loved every bit of it. And Sulafay, you've made us proud, and I
I'm
wish
really
you
honored.
all the best. And I hope you
Thank
live
you.
in Pakistan for another 60 years.
Thank you. I will, inshallah, right?
Inshallah.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm going to thank you both and thank you for watching the show. I'll be seeing you next week, same time. Keep watching Discover Pakistan.